one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is that we have to see something we've never seen before. And whether it's his first year where he doesn't know the down in a playoff game, or whether it's falling behind in a game, whether it's not knowing that Tyreek and Waddle have taken the play off on 3rd and 16 against Green Bay, and there's Chosen and the other guy, and the coach didn't know. When you're not aware of your surroundings, when you don't know how to overcome, and this week you're going to have your right tackle and your right guard out. So Larry Borom and Keon Smith are going to start. That's more adversity. This man is not known for overcoming adversity. When his former coworker Staley was the head coach for the Chargers, he put him through a ringer all day long and embarrassed him. McDaniel could not counter, just like this past week. He could not counter what they were doing to him defensively. And then he met Staley a year later and won the game because it took him a year to adjust to what he knew Brandon Staley was going to bring. That's not what this world is about. So now you're going to go into a game where you couldn't perform with your starters on the right side, even though one of them didn't play very long. But now you're going to have two backups, one that really was not very impressive in the preseason, and the other kid is young in Keon. Hasn't even really been put in these kind of positions yet, and he's coming off major surgery. We're asking him to overcome all the adversity that he creates himself on a weekly basis by not getting plays in on time, by his players not knowing where they've got to line up. That's embarrassing. By not sticking to the run, by not even creating the threat of the run game. They gave you a big back, you chose not to use them. They give you big receivers, you choose not to use them. You create your own adversity. And here's a man that doesn't know how to overcome adversity. So that's why when we look at it, we're asking Mike McDaniel to do something he's never done. He's not Eric Spoelstra, dude. He's not Pat Riley that after you made a trade and you got like 8 guys on the roster, the minimum that you can have, and, you know, Rex Chapman goes off for 39 and you win against the Bulls and shit, and that's not who he is. He's not Don Shula that in a year where you've got the scabs and you still get to the Super Bowl with 2 quarterbacks named Woodstock. That's not who he is. He's not the guy that, like Eric Spoelstra, you're going to give him a bunch of scrubberinis who would never perform anywhere, and yet all of a sudden he gets them to perform like 31-10 in the second half of a season. It's not who he is. It's just not who he is. So we're asking him to do something he's never done. And some of you are sitting there expecting him or hoping for him to do what he's never done. And it's just unrealistic. It's not a great roster. You need a great coach to really milk a winning record out of this. It's almost impossible. This is why I picked them to have a losing record. Why? Because I said there's no way you're going to have a perfect season where everybody's going to stay healthy. You're a thin-ass roster. And you're going to have injuries. Guess what? Week 1, here we are. We're already with injuries because that's the NFL. There's all kinds of teams that have, it's not just the Dolphins. The Niners are real. They're one of the most injured teams, more than even the Dolphins the last few years, believe it or not. Texans got a bunch of injuries on the offensive line. That shit goes like that, man. So you're going to have to deal with injuries, and that's more adversity. So we're asking a coach who creates his own adversity, can't overcome adversity to overcome everything that's going on. It's impossible. It's impossible. When you've never shown to be that person, and by the way, when you stand there at the podium, you don't have any of the answers. What kind of an answer is that for Darren Waller? Do you think any team gives a shit about Darren Waller? Do you think anybody is afraid of Darren Waller? Well, why are you? Oh, I won't know until later in the week and this, whatever. Bro, just say he's not playing. That's it. Move on. Nobody schemes against Darren Waller. Where are we? 6 years ago? We're in a time warp or something? Did we get into a hot tub time machine? I'm sorry. I must have missed it. Only idiot Dolphin fans that tried to convince themselves that by signing this bum, he's going to become what he was for a really short window again. Come on, man. What are we, 10 years old? We live in fantasy land? Did what's it called? The Fresh Prince come and pop out of the bottle and give you a wish? Was he dressed up as the genie? I mean, give me a break. So this is a man that cannot overcome adversity. And all he does is create adversity. And we are expecting him to take this team out of the abyss. Get the hell out of here with that. So you could go ahead if you want to drive yourself crazy, but there's no way that this man will get this out of the abyss.
This is the